so hard to comprehend that what is written on the price tag is not what you pay. What? The thing that baffled me the most about American pharmacies is the fact that you have really unhealthy things in them. So today I wanted to check out a video that was suggested by a couple of you a long time ago, actually now. It's a video about things that puzzle foreign people about America. The majority of my viewers are American, and I've done a couple of videos about things that confuse me. So I'm interested in seeing what surprises the majority of people and if I can relate. I'm going to beseech you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Otherwise, suggestion by a viewer, you'll always have the feeling of a stone in your shoe, but when you check, it's not there, but the feeling still is. How awful. You wouldn't want that minor inconvenience, so thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, do all them things and stuff things. The video I'm reacting to is featured in my description box. It's from a channel called The Bright Side. Let's check it out.
Well, you may have lived in the United States your whole life without realizing that something totally normal for you seems bizarre to people from other parts of the world.
I can already tell
fried pickles
the door
in a highly air-conditioned room was so outlandish. Well, here are some other highly entertaining Americanisms I've gathered. Let's count it down from number 21. Sales tax is a guessing game. When you go shopping in the US and see a price tag that says $14.88, don't expect to pay $14.88 at the register. Sales tax is not included in the price of an item.
Okay, I will say about this, I get you guys are like totally used to it happening, but for us foreign people, when we go over, it's so hard to comprehend that what is written on the price tag is not what you pay. If you've grown up around it and it's the norm, I totally get you're fine with it, but it's really confusing. What would happen if you got to the till and they said it was like this much more and then you didn't actually have that amount, or if you just about had enough money and you calculated the tax wrong and then you didn't? That would be so embarrassing.
We're total workaholics. They often let vacation and sick hours pile up without ever using them.
From what I understand, that's from an inherent pressure put on you by the companies that you work for. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's my understanding. Like, you guys feel like you can't take that time off, even though it's in your contract to have a certain amount of vacation days. Obviously, that wouldn't be true of everyone, but that's the impression that I get. Personally speaking, I haven't taken a vacation in years, but I also love what I do, so yeah.
Plus, most employers only give you 2 weeks out of the year.
2 weeks!
But in a lot of other countries, like Brazil or Finland, workers are encouraged to take an average of 30 days of vacay.
Interesting, people I know who have regular jobs are encouraged to take their vacation time, and if they don't, their bosses get kind of angry with them because it's like a use it or lose it situation, and the boss doesn't want a case where the days are piling up and then they come hit them out of nowhere with taking a vacation. So a lot of times people will be encouraged, hey, do you want to take your vacation in August or whatever it is?
It's not a party without red Solo cups. In the States, this red plastic cup is synonymous with party on, dude. But other countries apparently don't
I love red Solo cups
to mean the same thing.
We do now.
In the UK, for example, don't use red Solo cups at get-togethers.
Yeah, somewhere along the way, somebody thought it was cute to manufacture green Solo cups in Ireland. So you can get them in any deals, which is basically the Irish equivalent of a Dollar Tree.
They have to go to a special website to purchase the cups for American-themed parties. Who knew? Number 18. Deep fried everything.
Now. Yes, everything.
Fried pickles or even fried Oreos. America has it all.
Everything tastes better fried,
fish
though.
Recipes first appeared in Spanish and Portuguese cookbooks. 17. Get everything you need right at the pharmacy.
Yes, your pharmacies are wild.
It may be puzzling to walk into a pharmacy and see aisles and aisles of over-the-counter meds, toys, makeup, clothes, and even groceries. Unlike in other countries where pharmacies sell medicine and medical supplies exclusively, the ones in the US are like small convenience stores.
They really are.
Where you can grab magazines, Tylenol, and a frozen pizza in one fell swoop.
The thing that baffled me the most about American pharmacies is the fact that you have really unhealthy things in them as well, which seems counterproductive. Like, you'll have beer or alcohol in a pharmacy. Now, obviously, it's only unhealthy if you abuse it, but you just wouldn't get that kind of thing in any pharmacies in Europe. We do have like skincare products and things, but they're kind of considered to be part of your health and well-being too.
Fill her up. In America, if a restaurant doesn't offer free refills on fountain
Yes!
drinks,
Oh, I love refills!
But in other countries, once you buy one beverage, that's it. France banned refills on sugary sodas back in 2017 in order to combat the current obesity epidemic. But in the US, the idea of free refills is still alive and well.
We have a sugar tax in Ireland, so giving away free refills would be like counterproductive. Because it would end up costing the restaurant a lot of money, but I do enjoy the free refills a lot.
15. If you don't like it, return it. Whether it's an ugly sweater from grandma or a heinous pair of earrings from an ex, if you don't like it, you can just return it. In America, making returns at stores is pretty normal and super easy. I mean, the US even has a National Returns Day in January, conveniently held for you to return holiday gifts you weren't too thrilled about. 14. Tips for everyone.
We can return stuff in Europe too. I don't know what that point was. We return things in Europe too. Okay.
Cab drivers, servers, hairdressers, you gotta tip them.
It's so high
acceptable for almost any service in the U.S. and sometimes consist of 25% of the bill. We haven't started tipping surgeons yet, but there are places in other parts of the world, such as Japan, that consider tipping incredibly rude, like in restaurants. When you travel to different countries, it's important to learn their tipping etiquette so that you don't offend anyone. 13. I'll take my coffee to go. With a Starbucks on every corner, it's very normal to see people toting around a coffee as they shop, commute to work, and whatever else at all times of the day. But in many parts of the world, coffee is meant to be sipped on while seated and enjoying the paper or chatting with friends.
It's a dual thing. You can do it both ways.
Throughout the day might be due to the fact that the cups are huge and take longer to drink. Who's got that kind of time to be sitting in a cafe for hours?
Very large.
Sounds like fun to me. Number 12. The land of ice-cold drinks. Now, speaking of drinks, if it's not coffee or cocoa, then it's probably got ice in it. Tea, coffee, lemonade, soda, water. Americans like it on the rocks.
You turn me, America.
Elsewhere in the world,
I love ice
odds are you'll be sipping your soda at room temperature, or maybe slightly refrigerated if you don't specifically ask for ice.
It's true.
Number 11. Keeping the AC on at all times.
Yes!
Americans must have an aversion to being hot. In many parts of Europe,
I still
people
don't
simply
get this.
don't use air conditioning as much as they do in the States. Here, it's expected to always have the AC blaring, and a lot of visitors find it pretty strange and quite chilly. But come on, it makes sense. If you're cold, you can layer up. If you're hot, all you can do is suffer and complain about it.
Okay, so this is the interesting thing. Obviously, I'm in Spain right now. We have air conditioning. I have air conditioning here, but we'd hardly ever use it. Now, somebody did explain to me in the comments that the reason that in America you won't just open a door or a window is because it's just as hot outside, maybe more so. So that does make sense. But I remember going around on shooting videos in America and going into grocery stores and being absolutely freezing because of your aircon.
Looking at dollars is a snooze-fest. I remember going to Europe for the first time.
It's so confusing.
And thinking their banknotes look like Monopoly money. And I guess a lot of countries have bills of different colors and sizes, depending on the value, like Swedish krona and Russian rubles. But not in the US. It's all greenbacks, baby. Sure, 10s look a little yellowy, 50s are kind of pinkish, and Benjamins seem bluer than the others. But
I didn't notice that.
US dollars definitely aren't as fun and
because they're all kind of dirty. So they're all kind of the same color.
Number 9, giving a thumbs up. In America, even little kids know a thumbs up means good job, way to go.
We use the thumbs up in most places in Europe.
But if you travel to Greece or the Middle East and give this common American gesture, you probably won't make too many friends. The date writing conundrum. So many visitors to the U.S. get really confused by the month, day, year thing, because most parts of the world write the day, then the month, then finally the year.
Okay, Okay, the reason we do that is because the day is the smallest, the month is the middliest, and the year is the biggest. Like, that makes total sense to me. The other way doesn't make as much sense.
There's no clear historical reason why the U.S. insists on writing the day differently, but we just did.
Why?
Number 7. Pre-baby baby showers. Many cultures
celebrate
a new baby coming into the world, but America is one of the few places that does this before the baby actually gets here. In East Asian countries, for instance, celebrations for a new baby are held once the baby is born, as doing otherwise is seen as bad luck.
Okay, that's one I kind of get stuck on because we've started doing baby showers in Ireland, and I think even here in Spain, like, people are doing baby showers too. I've always found I'm a little superstitious about it. I think were I to be with child, I think I would only, bad luck, good luck wise, want to celebrate after the birth. But to each their own. It's definitely a to each their own kind of thing. I've been to really lovely baby showers too. But just for me, I'm very superstitious on that one.
Number 6, where how are you means hello.
Yes.
Sure, people ask each other how they're doing in other countries, but Americans often use this phrase as a replacement for hey or hello.
They don't want you to
It doesn't
answer.
require a real response. People just answer with fine thanks, even if they're in a horrible mood or had a terrible day. Number 5, bathroom stalls that aren't so private.
This is the worst.
Don't
This
like
is
doing
the
your business
worst.
in front of complete strangers. Americans don't either, of course. But the fact that bathroom stall doors often reveal as much as your entire lower leg.
Someone
seems
told
to
me
say
this
otherwise.
is too.
There's no clear reason as to
Stop
why
drug
there's
use?
this big gap in public bathroom stalls here. But many guess it's for safety reasons or ventilation. Just saying. Number 4. No one uses their inside voice.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of my friends who are visiting or moved to the U.S. tell me that locals speak so loud compared to other
not
countries.
all, some.
Whether it's talking on your cell phone or chatting with a friend over lunch, Americans seem to really like projecting their voice. I don't know. Maybe we just want to make sure we're heard.
Okay, I will say though, the Spanish are just as bad, if not worse, than Americans for speaking loudly. Spanish people are also just, you will know there's a Spanish person in your vicinity because they will be speaking really loudly. Again, not all Spanish people, not all American people, but generally.
It's all about choices. Walk into any grocery store aisle and you'll notice at least 10
so
different
much
options for
choice.
cookies, crackers, or cereal.
How do you
People
do it?
in the UK don't have these many options for food, and you'll almost never find anything in grape flavor there. Number 2, hopping into the back seat of a cab. When getting into a cab, it's customary in the States to scoot on into the back seat. But in countries like New Zealand and Australia, riding anywhere but shotgun can be a little rude.
Really?
Number 1,
I did not know that.
Classic American smile.
Yeah, you have good
In the US,
teeth.
people aren't afraid to be nice and show their pearly whites all the time.
Just smiliness.
And according to a 2015 study at Brown University, because America has always been a very diverse country, it forced people to smile at each other more since they couldn't always communicate with language.
Speak the same language. That makes total sense.
More historical theory as to why Americans smile more than people in other places do. Or maybe we're just, friendlier.
Well, that was really interesting. There was a lot of things that we had definitely covered on this channel here. If you haven't seen a lot of the videos where I do talk about my cultural observations, check out this playlist, she says, hoping it will appear somewhere magically on screen. That's it for today. See you guys on the other side. Bye. Thumbs up this video. I'd appreciate it.
A thumbs up for the useful tip.
Oh, snap.
Number 8.
Darn it. Gosh, darns it. I'm a hideous beast. This paw looks like it has some spittle on it. Was you eating it? With your dermatitis? Don't eat it. You will make it worse. More itchy.